Hey folks, well, as you can see, I've decided to try a different camera angle this evening. I mounted the video camera up above myself on the cabinet door I have overhead. I just drilled a hole and used a quarter 20 bolt, and voila, I got a different camera, so let me know what you think of it. I figured I'd give you just a little mini review or my initial thoughts on the Hobbyking X-Car 60 speed controller. I mounted the other one in my son's Gravedigger along with the Turnigy Trackstar 17.5 brushless motor, and running it on 2-cell LiPo, and so far I'm happy with it. You know, considering the price point, I have no complaints. It works as intended. Fan works good, even though it's a little noisy, and it ran cool for the 17.5, which isn't a whole lot of motors. So I've got a 13.5 up in my Wraith that I'm going to hook one of these up to and see how it does on 3S. That'll be a little more of a test. As far as just the layout of it, it works fine. One thing I'm not too fond of is this capacitor bank that's mounted to these fairly long wires. It's too long. So what I'm going to probably do is desolder these and shorten them up so that I can mount it down low, so it's not as floppy on the wires and adding as much weight up high. So that's one, I guess you could say, negative, though it's not that big of a deal. And I've saw a few people complain about these style switches, that they feel flimsy and that, but you know what? For $27, I can't complain at all. It works fine. We'll see how long it lasts, whether it gets broken off or not. Having the set button here as well, I'm not convinced that was the best way to go, but it works, so whatever. And yeah, so overall, initial thoughts is I'm happy with it. Now, I've only had him run it for 20 minutes, 15 minutes. He was bashing on his poor Gravedigger, and the motor was pretty warm. I couldn't find my temp gun, so I wasn't sure if I had it, how hot it really was, if I had it overgeared a little too much to get some speed out of it, but it stayed cool. So we'll run it for the rest of the season, and I'll let you know how things go, if I have any problems or not. So the next step with this one is to, like I say, I was putting it in my I'm putting it in my Wraith, so I want to waterproof it. Now I'm just going to use some of the methods that are shown on other channels. I've got two things to use: either the brush on electrical tape, which is what I'm most likely to use, just liquid rubber. Weatherproof sealant says right on there, so there you go. I've also got a can of the Plastidip. This is the gray stuff, but maybe I'll just spray the board. I don't know. We'll figure it out. That'll be in next video after this one. So in any case, initial thoughts, I'm happy, and I can, for the money, if you're not against knockoffs, because this is, as far as I can tell, either a copy or a rebranded Hobbywing, because forgot to mention that this, and I downloaded the Hobbywing software, not that software off of Hobbyking's website. It's software 3.3, I think, and it worked just fine. It programmed it, recognized it, no problems at all, worked great. So overall, I can say from an initial standpoint, I would recommend it if you need a very inexpensive censored brushless motor for a 1/10 or 1/12. Won't work on a 1/8, it's just not powerful enough, but that'll be a purchase in the future. So please come back for the next video on me waterproofing it. Till then, take care and talk to you later.